Welcome to another product video from Grizzly Habits. In response to our latest review of the 10 amp hour Ego lawnmower from a couple of weeks ago, our friends at Ego Power Plus have provided us with a few more tools to help us gear up for another brisk winter here in Utah. Also, it really helps if you hit the like and subscribe button on our YouTube channel so we can continue to provide these videos. If you like podcasts, be sure to check out the Grizzly Habits podcast on our YouTube channel or follow us on any podcast platform. But today we're stepping out of the podcast studio and away from filming professionals in their trades so we can deliver something closer to home for our audience. We're talking fall cleanup. Specifically, how to edge your lawn for the perfect curb appeal and how to provide that extra breathing room for your grass to live a healthier life. So, how exactly does someone edge their lawn? Well, I'm a big fan of the two-pass process. It normally requires multiple tools, trimmers, and edgers. In fact, prior to being introduced to the Ego electric power tools, I was using a hybrid system of a gas string trimmer and an electric blade trimmer that required multiple extension cords. But today we're using two separate tools from Ego. All of this could really be done with the Power Plus multi-head system, but we're gonna use two separate tools. For our specific setup, we're using the Power Plus power head with the edger attachment as our blade edger and the Powerload string trimmer with the carbon fiber shaft and the Line IQ technology as our string edger. If you're familiar with the string trimmers, chances are you're very familiar with the annoying problems of winding string, running out of string, tangled string, and all things negative string. Regular string trimmers are just a workflow nightmare until I was introduced to the Ego Line IQ Powerload technology. The Powerload technology makes loading your string trimmer actually quite simple and kind of fun too. It also automatically detects when the string is getting a little too short and introduces more line as you continue to trim. No more slamming on the ground to get more string dispensed or running out of string mid-trim. Now, the Power Plus power head is giving us the added advantage of a blade edger today. Well, tomorrow I'll use it likely for the 10-inch chainsaw attachment to trim my trees or the tiller attachment to turn my garden. The same Power Plus head can be used with multiple attachments, whether it's a snow shovel, the brush bristles, power brooms, and much, much more from Ego Power Tools. And last but not least, we're gonna be cleaning up the mess that we make with a 765 CFM leaf blower. This blower has multiple speeds and can blow at speeds of up to 200 miles per hour. It also lasts about 90 minutes on average or 15 minutes on the full boost mode, which I'm the one to use that. All while using the single 5 amp hour battery, which is what we're using in all of our tools today. Now that you're up to speed with the tools that we're using today and with the prior methods that I've formerly used, let's get started and trim those edges. It's a well-known fact that on average, your lawn is seen over 125 times per day by passerbyers, whether this is a family on the evening stroll walking the dog or driving by in a car. Surely your neighbors are seeing the way that you edge your lawn. And if they're anything like me, they're certainly judging those nasty edges. Okay, maybe I made this up a little bit, but still, clean edges are just satisfying. There's multiple methods for trimming depending on where you're located and what type of property you're working with, and I totally understand that if you're working through several acres of overgrown grass, so this process is more geared towards the walkways and the sidewalks. For the first pass, you can either use a string trimmer or the blade edger, and for the sake of the video, I'll show you both. But the purpose of this pass is to get a vertical cut with the blade or string passing as close to the sidewalk or walkway as possible. This cuts down about 2 to 3 inches and prevents the grass from overgrowing onto the sidewalk. It also gives the edges of the grass more space, allowing water to flow across the edges of the lawn, hopefully eliminating that burned or dry edges. You also want to make sure that you're not fighting against the rotation of the edger. Using the direction that the edger is spinning, almost like a wheel that helps you drive forward, will make things a lot easier. If the edger is constantly walking away from you and cutting awkwardly into the grass, it's probably because you're trimming in the wrong direction. If you have a metal blade edger, it's a bit easier to keep on that straight path. Once you've straight edged your lawn, use a string trimmer to apply that tapered finish to those edges. This gives a better aesthetic to the lawn, making those double cut mow lines just pop. For this process, we'll use a string trimmer back in its normal state, kind of like a helicopter blade hovering over the glass. Tilt it slightly at a 45-degree angle, and this is easiest if you actually walk backwards while cutting these edges. Sometimes you can actually use the string guard to support the trimmer, giving you an easier way to support it on the ground, but it's just as easy to keep a close eye on those edges while taking your time to keep everything straight. You can use the same method for concrete edging, although you'll learn it takes a bit more practice to figure out what angles work best for your trimmer. Once you're done with your walkways, make sure to trim around the edges of the trees, the mailbox, the fences, and even those flower beds. Those all only require the one-step process, since nobody sees it, right? But feel free to use the two-step process wherever you want. Finish everything off by awkwardly blowing the grass down the street into your neighbor's yard. Kidding. But seriously, if you enjoyed the video and you're looking to purchase Ego products, you can click the links below or visit grizzlyhabits.com/ego to see all the current promotions for Ego Power products. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe our YouTube channel or follow us on any of our social platforms at grizzly.habits. Thanks again for following along. Stay tuned for that next product review or podcast coming soon.